Hey, what's up everybody? This is Carlos Vlogs and welcome to my channel. If you're new in the channel, welcome. You are at the right time. Did you guys know that we are always at the right time? We are always saying the right things to the right person, because nothing is ever a coincidence. Everything is always interconnected, because we are connected, you know. We are two different worlds, spiritual and physical. But I know that's a lot to get into. Tune in. I like to vlog in the city. I usually go to parks and I like to go for walks. I like to show around the city. Today I just wanted to introduce myself again. I like to go a lot in nature because when I'm at home, sometimes I feel like I'm not being very productive. And like I told you guys before, we have 8 hours to sleep, 8 hours to work, 8 hours to play. So, you know, make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You know, make sure you get enough sleep. Obviously you put in work. And we also have playtime, which is 8 hours, you know. Obviously a lot of us do work like a full-time, so that's 8 hours already. So we gotta make our most on our playtime on the rest of the 8 hours. So basically we only get like 8 hours to like get something done, you know. So if you ask yourself, what do I do in these 8 hours, you're gonna know, you know the answer. I know the answer. And I know sometimes we procrastinate a lot, like a lot. Just focus on the most important things, you know. It's not about having a long to-do list. Just focus on the main thing. Like, what's your thing? What's your one thing? Or what's your main thing that you can focus on today, so that you can feel like you accomplish it and you're moving forward. You're moving towards something. You know, that's the type of things I like to talk about. If you feel like this is making sense to you and would like to see more videos like this, comment. Tell me what you thought about it, and like the video so I can know. A lot of times I want to be an entertainer, but honestly, to be an entertainer, I feel like I'm more on like, let's just talk about this and help each other out, you know. So I want to make content and produce content that's entertaining and also leaving you with something to think about, you know. Honestly, I know it takes a lot of commitment, but you cannot succeed without others, and that's something that we all have to accept. Look, don't ever think that you gotta fight somebody, or don't ever think that somebody is against you or the world is against you. Most of the times it's us, and it's our limitations. It's our minds limiting us, you know, making us think that everything is coming for us, you know. You feel like everything is coming for you, or everybody's coming for you. You know what, that's something that brings me to the next topic, and it's something I've been dealing personally, and it's just feeling guilt for your past actions and for the things you did in the past. Obviously I felt guilty because all the things I've done in the past have left something, or like have tore up something, you know. It could be physically or mentally or spiritually. Every time I made like huge mistakes, they had left a big burden on me. And you know, to wake up every day and to deal with the same burden that comes from your own actions, that really hurts. So you start to blame yourself a lot, you know. You blame yourself for the things you did, but it's good to feel our emotions, okay? It's good to feel a little bit of blame, but it's not good to hold it. It's good to feel things, feel our emotions, and let them go. So I've just had to learn to let go of it. Let go of my past mistakes. And don't blame myself for it, really. I mean, just learn. Because at the end of the day, guys, that's how I learn a lot of things. Just by learning, like, through trial and error, you know? But that's not always a bad thing. And that doesn't make us a bad person. That doesn't make you a bad person. Because life doesn't give us the tools or the clarity we need when we're young, when we're hurting, or when we're confused. We always act out of fear, out of habit, and we don't always act out of wisdom. But that's fine. That doesn't make you a bad person. That doesn't make you a broken one, neither. It makes you a human. We're all humans, and we are not perfect, and we're never gonna be perfect. So that's one more thing to understand. Like, sometimes I don't wanna vlog, you know, because I don't feel like I look good. Obviously, sometimes I feel like I don't look good enough to be on the camera. I don't like my side, or I don't like this. But see, that's just looking for perfection, because I think nobody's perfect, and anyways, this body is gonna get old. Every soul has a different journey, you know? So don't worry about it too much. Don't think about it too much. You're not going to hell. And you know why you're not going to hell? Because you already been to hell. You are in hell. Hell means struggling with our own misunderstanding. When we don't learn and we can make mistakes and we're paying, and then we have to pay for it, that's hell. Whatever you do, karma, you heard about it, karma, but it'll come back for you, it'll get you. So if you do bad things right here, you're gonna be paying them right here. You know, for example, you don't take care of your body, you drink too much, or you smoke too much, or you party too much, your body's gonna decay faster. So, and with that decaying, it comes sickness and stuff. Guess what? You're gonna be going through hell. Heaven, obviously, heaven is a state of mind. When you learn to accept things, when you learn to let go of things, when you learn not to blame anybody, or just to not singularly just point everything out. Just maybe when you just stop and look at the bigger picture and think that nothing really matters, not even death. So just sit down and relax and enjoy the ride. It feels really nice to have made this vlog. Welcome everybody to June, and get ready for summer. It's gonna be a good summer. We better stay consistent, you know? It would be nice to stay consistent. This morning I logged into my Facebook, and I'm into a YouTube group, and I see this guy sharing his YouTube channel, and he says, you got this, just be consistent. He says he wasn't consistent for like a year. He had 700 subscribers. Then during 3 months he got consistent, and he started putting in work. And he was telling us that he went from 700 to 3,000 subscribers just from him really being consistent, you know. And so that pushed me. So if something pushes you, you know, see what I'm saying, guys? I might just end the video with the same thing I started it with. Everything happens for a reason. And let me tell you what, I've been thinking about this. It's not fully yet processed, but for everybody that lives in Sioux Falls, where I live, so I'm gonna go to Facebook and I'm gonna see if there's a group for small creators in Sioux Falls. And if there isn't a group, I'm gonna create one. So it's gonna be for small creators. So what I want to do is, basically I want to start a group, like a community, where all of us small creators that are trying to make content and need help networking, because that's a special thing right there, networking. So for example, I'm a YouTuber and somebody else wants to be a YouTuber, and they can share what they do. They can share their videos and they can share what they would like to network, you know. And it would be nice to get together, small creators. Let's say we're both YouTubers, or a few of us YouTubers, and boom, let's help each other, and let's think about making a video together, a collaboration, all of us. You see what I'm saying? So it's not fully done yet. Like I said, it's just an idea I have. If you don't live in Sioux Falls, I recommend you go to your city groups and see if there is any small creators that can help each other out too. If not, you should probably create a group if you want. You don't have to, because you know what, not everybody has the same calling. So if I have a calling to like wanna start a community, and you know, I have a calling, but if you don't, then you can be part of one. It don't matter. But yeah, I mean, that could go very far. That could go very far. So just, if you live in Sioux Falls, think about it. I'm gonna create a group. I'm not sure if I'll have it done by the time this video comes out. Like, I still gotta work on that. I have so many ideas that I wanna do, you know, but time is not always there. But you gotta make time. So remember, everything happens for a reason. Okay, so let it be. Have fun. Taking it even further, it doesn't have to be just a community for creators. How about we go and we create a community on Facebook for networking as business too, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, I'm not gonna lie, I don't have many friends to be like, hey, you wanna go for a walk? If I wanna hit somebody up right now, you wanna go for a walk? I bet you the one friend I pick, he's gonna say no, or he won't answer, which is fine. I mean, it's weird, but sometimes you just have to. Sometimes you just don't have friends, because to be honest with you, like friends or like a partner, geez, I always wanted to just have one. But you know what, we all come, sometimes some of us come with traumas. I did, at least. And when I had my partners, my traumas did show up. So that was kind of bad. I've been in a relationship, not always, because I was in a relationship back in 2017. It was literally the dream relationship, bro. But my dad moved out and I was left by myself with some type of aunts that I had, but that I never met before until I came to the country. But the thing is, I was living with them, with my aunt, but I wasn't really comfortable. And you know what, when you're alone in a new country and you don't have family, you wanna have family. You know, you don't wanna feel alone in a home. And I felt alone at home. Look, bro, I look back and I know I could have done different. Like I could have stayed with her, get a job and get us a place, but I didn't. I didn't stay. Back then I didn't see a way out. I just said I'm gonna go to South Dakota, where I have family that I met when I was young. I went for comfortability, you know what I'm saying? I went for the safest. But you know what? The safest choice is not always the best for you. But to each their own, I'm just saying. I just had to learn. Well, I know that gets sad pretty quick, but it's not that bad, guys. Like I said, everything happens for a reason. So maybe I have different reasons. See, sometimes we really need to stop looking to the past, because that's what I struggle with, looking at the past a lot and then thinking about the future. But avoid that, you know. That's the thing, you daily have to remind yourself. Every time you're trying to fall into an old cycle thought, you have to remind yourself it's not, you know, everything happens for a reason. Don't think about the past, just be in the present moment, because it is a present for a reason. So don't think about the future. The future hasn't happened. And if you're struggling about some future event that you know you gotta go through, like for example, you have an interview, don't worry about it, you know. Make sure you prepare. But other than that, don't worry about it, because why are you worrying? The thing is gonna come. You're gonna have the interview. It is really wasting energy. And then sometimes we worry about things that haven't happened, and maybe they couldn't. You don't know if they're gonna happen. So if you don't know, you know, don't worry.